Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals. It is 10:10 a.m. and here's Simba. And we are having a very relaxed day today. Here's Stella. She just jumped down off of a cat tower. Here's Splash. Hello, Splash. Good morning. It is raining today. It is supposed to rain all day. I just looked at the weather radar and there is like a massive amount of rain. That's just supposed to be all day. And I looked at the security camera footage, hey Bo, from overnight. And what I saw around 3:30 in the morning when it started raining was Bob. He was on the patio and then he came toward the house. And he was in the little dry area next to the house for a while. Then he like moved over into the bushes here and it kind of looked like he was walking into the other side of the shelter. I think maybe he was in the shelter last night. He might still be in the shelter for all I know, because whoever's using the shelter seems to be using it from the other side, the other door. So can you see that garbage can there with the camera on it? So that's the camera I have filming the water bowl and the shelter and this part of the patio here. And what I need to do is find another camera, charge it up, and figure out a way to mount it so it can record the other side of the shelter. So in the past, when I did the live streams, I could not use wireless cameras. I had to use the cameras with the wire on them. So like, do you see this camera here? That's a camera with the wire on it, and that would have been hooked up to wires, which led into the house, which led into like a DVR thing, which then led into a laptop computer, which then live streamed what was going on outside in the shelters and on the patio. It was quite an extensive setup. But I'm not going to do that right now because, you know, that's a lot to set up. I don't even have the like the DVR and the cameras hooked up anymore because I only had them hooked up for the live streams. Because it's not possible to live stream off of the Wi-Fi cameras because they would just die too soon. They wouldn't have enough power for like an extensive live stream. Boo's really happy right now because he just took a poop. Right, Boo? But for recording the coming and going of whoever's using the shelter, I could easily just charge up one of the wireless cameras and figure out how to mount it somewhere on the other side of the shelter. Now, they do have like a magnetic back to them, which is why I have it on the metal garbage can. So I would need to find something that's metal that I could attach it to. I don't know if I would have to go out and just buy like a piece of metal to stick into the ground or like a metal stake or something. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm not going to do it today because it's raining. And then tomorrow, everyone's closed. I mean, if it's a nice day, I could take a ride over to like the next county. Or I could search through like my garage or backyard to see if I have anything. How you doing, Boo? How you doing, Boo? But if Bob is using the shelter, I'm very happy he's using it. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Sammy. Good morning, Eva. When I came down here earlier today, there were 5 cats on top of this cat tower looking out of the window. And I was like, what are they looking at? And that's when I decided to check the security camera footage to see what was going on. I guess they were just watching some birds this morning. I just came downstairs and I've been filming for like 5 minutes and I just realized the camera was not on record. Hello, Richard. There's Nancy. There's Sammy. There's little Eva. And what I did was I took all the Nipsey mats off of the rug and I put them into the laundry. And they're being washed right now. I just want to get the catnip off of them. And I took those out of the beds that are out here because I didn't want to go into my storage room and rummage around the plastic storage tubs that I have in there. It was just easier taking them out of the beds. Right, Richard? Did you enjoy the catnip party? The cats really enjoyed it, and it definitely mellowed them out last night and also this morning. Here's Ringo and Goldie, and when I came down here earlier, there were 5 cats looking out of this window. That's what made me check the security camera footage to see what was going on outside. What I would like to do today is go into my storage room and get out all of my spring and summer clothing, and then go into my closet and clean out all of my fall and winter clothing because it's that time of year to do that. And I think that would be a really good use of a rainy day. Right, guys? I would like to post a cat video today, but I just posted the birthday compilation for the Lucky 7 2 days ago. And I want to give that video a little bit of time with the algorithms. So I might not post a video until tomorrow or maybe Monday. I have to see how the day goes. It is 12:11 p.m. Here's Nancy. Here's Boo. Can you see him? He's sitting on this little black bench. Here's Richard. He's in the cat tower in my room. And today, since I'm home all day, I'm not going anywhere. I have no plans to go anywhere. All the cats are going to be together all day. So there's been some growling. There's been some hissing. But I want everyone to be happy. And I want everyone to spend the day together. And I just caught Nancy doing that thing. So the battery in the camera died. I'm walking to the kitchen to get another battery. And here's Boo. And Nancy came running up here, making a nasty growling sound, like an angry cat sound. And she was like, wanted to intimidate Boo and scare him. And then he was here and he hissed at her and growled at her. And then I was just happened to be walking by when that happened. So I was like, hey, what's going on? And then Nancy left. And I'm finding that, that's what, there she is now. That's what some of the kittens do, specifically Nancy. And I think I've seen Richard do that also. And I think they're testing limits with the older cats to see what they can get away with. So, for example, here's Stella. She is on one of the dining room chairs. And what happened yesterday was Stella was in the living room sitting by the TV. Nancy walked into the living room and jumped onto the little bench that Boo is sitting on now. And she had a look in her eye like a crazy woman. Like she had, if you've ever seen anyone try to give someone the evil eye, that's the look that Nancy had in her eye. Like she was giving Stella the evil eye. And Stella wasn't having it. Stella just glared at her right back, hissed at her, and then Nancy just stopped and backed away and left. So Stella has definitely been keeping the Lucky 7 in their place. Here's Nancy now, and what I was thinking about when I was brushing the Lucky 7 this morning, because the cats get brushed and then they get combed, is that among the Lucky 7, all of the cats have their place in that group. So, for example, Richard knows he's not one of the dominant cats. He knows Nancy is a dominant cat. Same thing for like Goldie or Eva, for example. They know they're not the dominant cats. And they know that it's really Nancy and Sammy who are the dominant cats among that group. And then like all the other cats kind of have their place in that little cat society. But what happens is when that group interacts with the other group of 4, then all of a sudden they don't know where they fit. And that's what they're trying to figure out. So even among the original four. So Stella, Boo, Splash, and Simba, they have their little hierarchy, and they know that Stella and Boo are the dominant ones, and then Splash and Simba are not the dominant cats. And Stella likes to let Boo think he is more dominant than he actually is. Even though he's probably the most physically dominant, she is more cunning than he is, and maybe even more clever than he is. So she lets him think that. So they kind of share dominance among the OG4. So the issue that we currently have is just the cats trying to figure out where they belong in a larger group. For example, Nancy's trying to establish whether she is going to be the most dominant cat in the house. Same thing for Stella and Boo, etc. And the other issue is with Richard, who is also aggressively trying to establish his position in this larger group. And here he is now. And don't forget, because Richard is such a mama's boy, assuming Nancy is his mother, like the two of them are so bonded, look at them, that maybe he feels like he is taking care of her. Maybe he is feeling that if any of the other cats are like a threat to her, he's going to make sure that, she's taken care of. Right, Richard? So that is what's going on with the cats. And that's why today I just want to let them all be together and kind of work it out amongst themselves. I'm not going to let them do that without supervision, because if something escalates, I want to be able to stop it. But, if they stare at each other, if they growl, if they hiss, that's fine. I don't want any big fights. Right, Nancy? Also, I want to point out that there are 11 window seats in this house, so no one needs to be fighting over cat towers. So Nancy is in this seat. That's one. There are 2 seats up here, but, that's not necessarily a window seat. It's just a nice high place to relax. In Boo's room, we have the cat tower, which is a nice high window seat. And we could easily fit 3 cats by the window. So there's 4 window seats in this room. That's a total of 5 window seats. There are 2 window seats here, which brings it up to 7. There are 3 window seats here, which brings it up to 10. And then we have this window seat on top of the sofa cushion by the window. So there are 11 window seats in this house. So that's plenty of room for all of the cats to spread out, and they can all have a window, they could all look outside, and no one needs to upset each other. And that does not include the window seats down here. So we have 3 windows down here, both with plenty of room for multiple cats. So, if I count 2 window seats per window down here, that's another 6 window seats, so that's 17 window seats. That means the cats can easily spread out throughout the day. It's 1:45 p.m. and here's Splash. He's on the day sofa in Boo's room. He was underneath the day sofa, but I guess when I shut the door, he came out. He's on top of the day sofa. And here's Boo. He's hanging out by the window in his room, and I lured him in here with some chicken. The reason why I lured Boo into his room is because he was on my bed and Nancy was in the cat tower. And the two of them were like hissing at each other. And I'm in the middle of cleaning out my closet so I could put away all my winter things and take out all my spring and summer things. And this is turning into a much bigger job than I thought it would be. So these are some old like shoe racks or shoe shelves that I have in my closet. They are so old, they're being torn because some of the Lucky 7 like to hang out in this closet. Whenever the doors are not completely shut, they find a way to get themselves into this closet, and then I've found them relaxing on these shoe shelves, of course, with all the shoes on the shelves. I took all the shoes off, but when I saw this, I was like, you know what, these are really old, and I need to get new ones because, this is just not good. And this is the one on the other side of the closet. It is completely torn up. It is half collapsed. It is a total mess. There's no way that I'm going to be able to, save this. It's just all torn to pieces because this especially is where they like to lay. So I just ordered some new shoe shelves on Amazon, and it's same day delivery. They're supposed to get here between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Right now, it's almost 2 p.m. So that gives me a good amount of time to kind of clear everything out of the bottom of this closet, wipe it down, clean it up really good, and then make room for the new shoe shelves. And hopefully also be able to swap out all of the winter stuff for the summer stuff. It's almost 8 o'clock, and here's Richard. And here's Nancy. Nancy's in Boo's spot. This is the spot underneath the TV. Nancy, what are you doing in Boo's spot? Here's Stella. She woke up from her nap, and I just got my Amazon delivery with my shoe racks, so I'm going to open the boxes. I've had lots of distractions this afternoon with that horrible volunteer situation I've been dealing with, and I've had to make some necessary phone calls and emails, and I am totally counting the days until I can get out of this situation and this obligation. I cannot even tell you what a horrible experience it has been. So here's one of the packages from Amazon. There's another one just like it, and I don't know what is wrong with these Amazon drivers. So here's a package. There's another package on top of it, and they put it right in front of my door. And my front door has like a storm door that opens out. So they put it right in front of that door. So I could barely open the door because these are fairly heavy. Not happy. Like, a driver should have enough common sense not to do that. This is a simple houseware stackable wire grid shoes rack, and I got the white one. There's Boo. He just came out of his room. And it ends up that this all needs to be assembled, and I thought it would like snap together. I don't know what was wrong with me, but it comes with these screws. So all of this has to be screwed together. Here is the shoe rack completely assembled. It's really easy to assemble, it just takes a little bit of time. I'm going to put this in my closet, see how it looks, and then work on putting the other ones together. I just got the shoe racks assembled and in the closet. I'm so happy because 3 of them fit from one end of the closet to the other end of the closet, and there's probably like 5 inches between those two. So it's a lot more room than I had with the other 2 racks. It is 9:45 a.m. and there's Splash. And if you hear a ticking noise in the background, that is the Fat Gecko video that I put on for Boo this morning. Here's Boo. He's jumping around the sofa. And this is where I slept last night. And I woke up today with Boo sleeping next to me and Stella sleeping here next to my head. The reason why I had to sleep here last night is because I still have all the stuff on my bed that I need to put back in my closet that I couldn't get to because of the board of directors responsibilities that I had to deal with yesterday. And then to make matters worse, I woke up to the sound of text messages on my phone. And I've been having to deal with board of directors issues pretty much all morning so far. Well, at least for the past 2 hours or so. There's Boo. Can you see him? He's in the shadow of the curtain. I wish I could tell people to avoid any opportunities to sit on a board of directors, but if I did not say yes to this position, I would still be completely in the dark as to all of the, let's just say, corrupt things that were going on within this organization that I'm involved with. And it would have just continued going on. And to me, that is scarier and more horrifying than the time that I've been losing with this volunteer position. It's about 2:30 p.m. right now, and here's Simba. He's laying in the cat tower in my room. There's Splash. She's on top of the armoire. And here's Boo. He's laying on the bed. And I was finally able to clear everything off of the bed. I got the closet done. and I got the top half of the inside of the armoire done. I use that to store clothing, and I also use it to store camera supplies. Right, Bo? Look what's going on here. Nobody wants to eat breakfast anymore. These are Shibas. So the cats each had a beef Shiba, perfect portions, and a chicken Shiba, perfect portions, and they barely ate anything. And look at what's going on down here. So the cats down here had wellness, chicken pate, and then they had their favorite Nature's Promise cat food on top of it. I split one can 7 ways. So they ate their favorite food off the top, and nobody wanted to eat the wellness pate. This is what happens when you feed your cats raw food. They eventually stop liking canned food. It's 8:55 a.m. and look at Boo. I don't know why, but he loves to sit on this box. He was doing it yesterday and he's doing it again today. He could sit anywhere in the room. He wants to sit on this box. That's one of the boxes that my new shoe racks came in. He's so funny. I'm getting ready to brush them and comb them, have some playtime, and then give them breakfast. I have not been downstairs yet today. I'm trying a little bit different schedule. I want to see how the Lucky 7 do. If I just take care of them all at once versus going down and then coming back up and then going down and coming back up. It's 9:05 a.m. Now Boo's laying here. And his favorite lizard video is on the TV. Let's see if he moves when I brush him. Okay, Boo. Time to get brushed. Normally when I brush him, he walks over to the scratcher and he starts scratching on it. Like the scratching rug. But he's not moving. Hello, Boo. Right back to the box. I have a few others of these that I was going to put out into recycle, but maybe I'll just give them to him. Maybe he could have like a different box in each room. You okay, Boo? He never sits still like this when I brush him. Good job, Boo. Good job, buddy. And this is what Stella does. She sits in her salon chair. She says, okay, I'm ready. You could do my hair now. This is how Stella likes to get brushed. And this is her salon experience. Right, Stella? Where's Simba and Splash? Where are Simba and Splash today? Simba usually sits in a scratch and roll also. Stella will tell me when she's had enough. See? Okay, Stella. I found Simba. He's in the hallway. Simba likes his belly brushed. Right, Simba? Because he says he has the floofiest belly. Right, Simba? Because he has the longest fur. He's purring. Okay, Simba, very good. Very good. We didn't get much off the cats today. It's weird because some days I get a lot of cat hair off them, and other days like today, not so much. I'm missing Splash. Is he under here? No, he's not under Boo's day sofa. I just found Splash. He's on one of the kitchen chairs. What are you doing there, Splashy? That's new for you. Maybe he smells Sammy. Sammy likes to sit on that chair sometimes. I don't know. It's really weird. Now they get combed. Boo's still in his box. Boo, you're still in your box. You don't want to be combed? Comb's clean. Not even any fur coming off of him. Look at that. No cat hair in the comb. Okay, Boo, you could sit on your box. I'm not bothering you. Here's Stella. She moved. Okay. You don't want to be combed either? No one wants to be combed today? It's 9:10 a.m. I have to go downstairs and find the vacuum. Let's see what's going on down here. Good morning, Nancy. You want a pet? Good morning, Ziggy. Good morning, Goldie. Look at Richard. Good morning, Richard. You're still sleepy? Oh, here's Sammy. She was in a tunnel. Hey, Sammy. Sometimes Sammy reminds me of Ed Norton on The Honeymooners because, you know, he worked in the sewer tunnels and Sammy just loves her tunnels so much. Oh, look, there's little Eva. I don't know if you could see her in the back. She's coming out. Hey, Eva. Hello, Eva. Wanna give you a pet? Gonna give you a pet today? I think this is Ringo. Has to be. Because it looks like a tabby tail. He's getting ready to jump and move. Yeah, that's Ringo. Hey, Ringo. And there goes Sammy. Sammy's like, if he moves, I'll take that window. You okay? What are you doing? Who's out there? Who, you see somebody? Someone's out there. Who do you see? You see a bug? You see a cat? See a squirrel? What do you see? These are the shoe racks that I just took the torn fake fabric off of. And what I realized is that these are actually made out of metal. And then they have plastic at all of the corners. And the frames are in decent shape. So I'm actually going to put these downstairs in my storage room. And then maybe someday what I'll do is put some fabric together that I could create new shelves with these. They basically just had, fabric shelves. So that could be useful in my storage room. So right now I'm going to save these frames. I thought the entire frame was made out of plastic. But when I was taking the fabric off to throw it out, one of the pieces fell down. I was like, well, that's a metal clang. So these are definitely made out of metal. And they still have some life in them. I'm definitely happy that I got the new ones, though, because the new ones fit better in my closet. They also hold more shoes. But I think these still have some useful life ahead of them. So that's why I've decided I'm just going to relocate these as they are to my storage room. And then maybe in the future I could upgrade them with some new fabric shelving. It is 9:45 a.m. and that was Boo sitting on his favorite box. He's been watching the lizard video on TV. Here's Stella. I did not sleep well at all last night, and I blame the full moon because I woke up a few times in the middle of the night and it was just crazy bright moonlight shining in the window. And that has actually happened to me in the past. I don't know what it is about the energy of a full moon, but sometimes when there's a full moon, I'll wake up and it will be so hard to get back to sleep, or it'll be really hard to fall asleep to begin with because I'll just have way too much energy. It's like the full moon is just pumping energy. It's really, really weird. And that's kind of what happened last night, so I really didn't get good sleep. I'm playing with the cats, and look at what we have here. So we have 3 cats on scratch and rolls, and Boo on his box. It's 2 minutes later, and look at this. Simba, Splash, Stella, and Boo. 4 cats in scratch and rolls. 4 cats in their scratch and rolls. It's 4:51 p.m., and I'm going around watering all the plants in the house. And look at what's going on here. Look at Simba. Look how he's laying. Look at his paws. He has his paws in the air. It is 9:15 a.m. and here's Boo. He's laying on this box. And I have to laugh at this it's so funny because this is his box. This is the box he's been laying on for the past few days. And I have 3 more of them that I was going to put out to recycle. And I said, let me put one here. Maybe one of the other cats will like laying on it. Let's see what happens. I literally put this down like a minute ago. Boo came straight over to it and laid on it. What would happen if I put a third one down? Is he going to lay on the third one immediately also, or is he going to ignore it? Because now he has two. He has this one and he has this one. What's he going to do? There's box number 3. Is he going to lay on box number 3? Or is he going to just stay on the one he's on? Does he have like a compulsion that he needs to lay on them and squish them? They're almost like little scratch and rolls, like mini scratch and rolls, because scratch and rolls have like higher sides. Okay, maybe he doesn't like it where it is. All right, I moved it over next to him. Let's see what he does. Is he going to stay there? I guess he's fine for now. I'm in the middle of brushing the cats, so I'm going to just continue. Last night, I put a camera on the other side of the cat shelter outside. Here's some footage from this morning where I guess I caught some birds walking around, and I wanted to see if any cat was going in and out of there. So here's the camera that I have on the front of the shelter. You could see birds this morning. Hello, Stella. Stella thinks maybe this is a video for cats. Let's see what happens. This is 7:05 a.m. This is about 4 a.m. And is that Bob or is that the other cat? That's Bob. Okay, that's Bob. We were supposed to get rain overnight, which is why I thought, let me put the camera out, because if it rains, maybe a cat would go in the shelter. But, oh, look. Okay, that's Bob just walking through. Oh, okay. I have the camera on a plant stand because it's metal. I guess he just walked by. The cats have definitely been enjoying fresh water, so I made sure to put fresh water out. But it looks like no one actually used the shelter last night. Yeah. Alright, so at least I have the camera there. I think I do need to charge it up more. I think it's only half charged. I have to see what the battery level's at. Maybe I'll just leave it for now. There's Boo. So I'm going to play with the cats for a little bit. Then they're going to have their breakfast. There's Slash. He just joined us. It is 10:20 p.m. All the cats just had their dinner, and they just had a little snack after their dinner. I was out. I didn't get home till like 8:30 tonight, so they've been eating really, really late. So before I clean up the kitchen, I wanted to sit down, relax, and check the security camera footage to see what's going on outside. So here's the security camera that is pointing toward the back of the shelter. And this was recorded at about 10:15 tonight, so only like 6 or 7 minutes ago. Look at this. This is Bob. And that's the cat shelter. There he goes. So Bob has been using the cat shelter, but he's using it from the back door, which is fine. He could use any door he wants. And I do think the back door is a little bit bigger, so he fits better in it. But that's awesome. And I don't know why it's flashing like that. It is 9:45 a.m. and there's Boo sitting on a box. I don't know why he loves these boxes so much, but now I have 3 boxes in various locations around my living room because he loves them. The past few days have just been really... There you go. I was just going to tell you how busy the past few days with work have been, and they're already calling me. It is 10:15 a.m. and I just gave the cats their breakfast. It is fish day. And for breakfast, they are having some Sheba perfect portions. They're having salmon, and they're having tuna and whitefish, and then they're having some other kind of seafood flavor with a little bit of freeze-dried chicken on top. For dinner, I think they're going to have canned salmon from Trader Joe's. Last week for dinner, they had canned tuna from Trader Joe's. And then I make it a complete cat food for them. So this week they're going to have the canned salmon from Trader Joe's. I buy the ones with no salt. And then I add organ meats and bone meal powder and a nutritional supplement. And then they have a complete meal. Because it's fish day today. Here's Nancy. Good morning, Nancy. There's Ziggy. I was down here a little while ago to put the lights on and see what the cats were doing. This is the sofa, and I tried sleeping down here last night. There's a pillow that I normally use, and there's a blue blanket under here. And so I laid down and I was playing with the cats for a little while with the laser pointer, and I could not get comfortable on this couch at all. I tried for like 2 hours. Could not get comfortable. There's Ringo. And after 2 hours, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I'm just going to go upstairs and sleep in my bed because I could not get comfortable here. Also, it's hard to get comfortable and fall asleep when there's 7 cats around and they're not sleeping. Like when I go to bed upstairs, the OG4 pretty much go to sleep at the same time. They might wake up overnight, but they at least, take a nap or they're quiet when I go to bed. But these guys... yeah, they're pretty active. Good morning, Richard. Sammy got lots of pets this morning. Here's Ziggy. Ziggy got some pets too. Here's Nancy. And Nancy ambushed Splash last night. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it ambushing because it's not actually attacking. It's really more like ambushing. So what happened was, it was after I fed the cats and, the Lucky 7 was down here. But Nancy was crying at the door. She wanted to come upstairs. So I was like, okay, you can come upstairs. So she came upstairs. And she was good for a while. Hey, Ziggy. And she behaved herself for a while. And I was in the kitchen. I was cleaning up the kitchen. And then Nancy came into the kitchen. And she was like meowing at me like she wanted attention. So I gave her some pets. And then she did what she hasn't done in quite a while. So what happened is I gave her some pets. And the next thing I knew, she just ran out of the kitchen and went straight to the living room. And I had to quickly follow her. And I got there just in time to see her shoot across the living room and ambush Splash. So Splash was sitting like on the play rug on the other end of the living room from where she entered it. And she ran toward him, making angry cat sounds because... she wanted to ambush him, and he ran off, and she tried following him, but because I was there and yelling at her, she immediately stopped. And all I had to do was yell at her and say, Nancy, that's not right. You go downstairs. And I pointed, to downstairs, and she just ran toward the door. I opened the door. She flew downstairs. So she knows She knows when she is doing something that is not right, that is against the rules, but she does it anyway. I don't know why she does it. I don't know if she does it just to get negative attention. But it wasn't right, Nancy, right? Or maybe she just likes terrorizing the other cats. Although it's not really terrorizing the cats, because as soon as she came downstairs, I went right back up to the play rug where the other cats were, where Splash was. And I was like, okay, you guys want some treats? And I gave them some treats. And he came right out to get the treats. He wasn't hiding or anything. So he wasn't traumatized by it at all. I think maybe they're just getting used to her behaviors, because she's not actually attacking them. She doesn't like jump on them. She just tries to give them a good scare. Like, she makes really angry sounds as she runs toward them, but she always stops short of them. Right, Nancy? It is 9:52 a.m. and here's Nancy. She's upstairs. And the reason why she's upstairs is because she was crying at the door. None of the cats have had their breakfast yet, so this is completely off routine for the cats. And today is supposed to be like a family day for the cats, meaning I don't have to go anywhere. I want to get stuff done around the house. I do want to edit a video today. So my goal was to have all of the cats be together all day after breakfast, because, you know, they have to eat their breakfast first. They eat it separately. And here's Nancy. So when she first came up, she came straight over to where Boo is. And these are plates from last night from Crunchy Time. I have to clean them up. Boo's right here. Nancy was here in the hallway. And I didn't like the way she was swinging her tail like this. It was starting to get big. And I didn't like her posture toward Boo. So I was like, okay, Nancy, you got to move along. So then she went in my bedroom. Well, I just witnessed her do something, which is exactly what I described the other day in these videos. Good morning, Simba. So Stella was sitting here on the floor, and this is the dining room. And Nancy was in the kitchen with me. The kitchen leads into the dining room. So all of a sudden, remember, Stella's sitting here. Nancy goes running full speed at Stella, and Stella did not move. She just stood there. And she hissed and growled at Nancy. And Nancy stopped short right here, like 2 feet in front of Stella. Like, she literally skidded to a stop. And she hissed and growled at Stella. But Stella was, like, not moving. And the two of them just sat there for a while. And here's Stella now, sitting on one of her favorite dining room chairs. She's in a bad mood and she's glaring because she's not happy about what Nancy did. But she said she's not going to take any of Nancy's foolishness. Right, Stella? And that is what Nancy does when she tries to ambush one of the older cats. I don't know why she does that. But at least she doesn't try to, like, full on attack them. She doesn't, like, jump on them. But she ambushes them and she tries to scare them. And like, I have to laugh because it's so ridiculous. I don't know what goes on in her mind that she thinks, I'm just going to run toward this cat and then just stop short. The Goose family returned a few weeks ago. And here's one of them. And there's the other one behind the branches. There's always a family of geese that have their babies in the woods every year. I don't know if it's the same geese or different geese, but there's always a family of geese across the street. I can't stop laughing. I'm in the next room. And I'm trying to edit a video to post today. I want to post a Catterday video. I'm editing a vlog. And all I'm hearing is Boo growling and growling and growling. So I'm like, what is going on? So I get up and I walk over here and this is what I see. I'm expecting to see a cat on the floor looking at Boo, but no, it's Nancy getting close to Boo. I mean, Boo's been sitting here like all morning watching videos on the TV. And then this is a digital piano that I used to have downstairs in the back room, but I never used it down there. And I figured, well, let me put it up here. It'll get more use. And Nancy has decided that she's going to lay on it and stalk Boo. There's Richard. He's watching the mice video that's on the TV. It's 1 p.m. and here's Boo. He's in the kitchen. I was just in the kitchen making myself a cup of tea, and Boo showed up. I gave him a few treats. And then I went back in the other room to try to finish editing the video that I'm working on. And then I heard a bunch of growling coming from Boo. So I said, let me guess. I bet Nancy's somewhere near him. Sure enough, here's Nancy. She's probably 4 feet away from him. Nancy only has eyes for Boo. It is 4 p.m. and I'm going to go for a walk. I've been editing a video pretty much all day. I'm not done with it. It's taking longer than it should because somehow the audio levels in the camera got messed up, and half of the footage has to have the audio completely adjusted in order to hear it, and it's just making everything take twice as long. So I'm really tired right now. I feel like I want to take a nap, but I'm going to try something different, and that is, instead of taking a nap, I'm going to take a walk, because exercise is good and it energizes you, and I'm going to see how I feel. I'm going to go at least 15 minutes, anywhere between 15 and 30 minutes. And hopefully I'll come back with a lot more energy, because right now I feel like I'm dragging. Here's Goldie and Ziggy. They're in Boo's room. I'm not shutting any doors, so all the cats are going to be open and just free to do whatever they want, because I'm not going to be gone long. So we'll see what happens with that also. I just got back from a 35-minute walk, and it looks like all of the cats were good while I was gone. Everyone is exactly where I left them. It is 11:20 p.m. and there's Boo laying on one of his boxes, and here are all of the automatic feeders. I have them almost set up for the cats. Look at this. Stella's laying on a box also. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Anyway, so I have these feeders almost completely set up for the cats. I would say about half their meals are in them. They're going to have a snack around 1 o'clock in the morning, and then they'll have another little tiny snack at 7 a.m. The big feeders are set to go off at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., and the little snack feeders go off in between. And that's like 1 p.m. and 1 a.m. They don't have a full breakfast in these. They just have a snack. Here's Simba. And what I've learned is that if I want to get out of here pretty quickly in the morning, I'm just going to give them some canned food. So because it's Easter weekend and it's a holiday, they're going to have some canned Friskies. And they should like that. They're going to have 2 different flavors, salmon and poultry platter. And I have some Sheba Perfect portions in the freezer. And what I'm going to do is take those out tomorrow morning just so they defrost a tiny bit so that I could get them out of the plastic containers and put them in the automatic feeders. So the cats will have those for dinner. By the time dinner rolls around, they'll be nice and defrosted, and that's what they'll have. And then the following day for breakfast and dinner, they'll have crunchies in the feeder, and those 2 meals are set up already. And with the smaller snack feeders, what I have to do tomorrow is just refill the snack that's going to dispense at 1 a.m. So hopefully everything will go smoothly. I'm just trying to get as much done ahead of time tonight, so I have less to do tomorrow and I could get out of here quicker. These are the Easter toys that I bought for the cats. I actually bought them last year, but the cats are getting them this year. Aren't they cute? They're little bunnies, and then they have bows and ribbons on them, so I thought the cats would really like them. I think these are catnip toys, but I'm not really sure. So to play it safe, I'm not giving these to the OG4 yet. I am going to give these to the Lucky 7 because I need the Lucky 7 to stay downstairs tomorrow. Like, they're going to be downstairs for the next day and a half. So I want to give them something new to play with. So I'm going to take 7 of these off the packaging, and I'll bring these downstairs for the Lucky 7. As far as the OG4 go, they'll get theirs when I return, because in case Simba ends up throwing up from the catnip, I don't want that happening while I'm away. The less vomit while I'm away, the better. So that's the plan. I just came downstairs with the new toys. I'm just going to hand them out. Here you go, Nancy. Happy Easter, Nancy. Want your new toy? Ringo. Happy Easter, Ringo. Here, Ziggy. Happy Easter, Ziggy. Happy Easter, little Eva. There's one for Sammy. Don't you want to play, Richard? Here you go. Okay, I distributed the new toys around the room. I don't know if they're catnip toys or not, but it's something new. Hopefully they'll play with them. They still like their Halloween toys. Nancy's like, don't touch my toy. Sometimes they don't play with them at first, but then eventually they will. But at least it's something new. Okay, guys, time for bed. I gotta get to bed. I want to get to bed before midnight. Play with your new toys. I'll see you tomorrow, okay, guys? There's a lizard video on the TV for them. It's about 7:35 a.m. There's Splash. And Simba woke me up at 6 a.m. this morning. For some reason, he decided he needed to jump on me. Someone was running around the house like a maniac. I don't know who it was. I want to assume it was Splash. Look, all 4 of them are here now. I don't know why they're all here. So the feeders seem to have been going off okay. So I'll finish filling them up after I give the cats breakfast. For breakfast today, the cats are having some Friskies, and I hate the smell of cat food in the morning. I've always hated the smell of cat food in the morning. When I was growing up, that was one of the things I absolutely hated. When my mom would feed the cats in the morning, it doesn't smell good. And I am so thankful that I feed the cats raw food, because raw food does not have a smell in the morning. And yeah, I would not be able to stomach this every day. It is 9:45 p.m. I just got home a few minutes ago. I emptied out the car, and then I said, let me take a walk around the house and see how much vomit I have to clean up, because on the security cameras, I don't know if it was this morning or last night, I saw Simba vomit on the toy that's next to Boo right now, that round toy. I saw him vomit on there, so I knew, if he vomited there, I'm sure there's vomit in other places of the house. Let me show you what I just found. This is the rug in Boo's room, and this is the floor in Boo's room, and it looks like someone ate a whole bunch of cat grass and then vomited up the cat grass. This is the hallway. This is also in the hallway. Hello, Boo. This is in the living room on the toy. This is on the living room floor. This is on the living room floor. This is on the rug by the front door. And this is the dining room floor. Here's Simba. He's on a dining room chair. Simba, you feel okay? You feel okay, Simba? So the first thing I'm going to do is clean up all the vomit. Then I'm going to scoop the litter boxes. Then I'm going to give everyone some fresh water. And then I'm going to bed. Here's Sammy and Nancy. I just came downstairs to see what's going on down here. I cleaned up all the vomit upstairs. Thank God for that Resolve carpet cleaner. And I scooped all the litter. And now I'm going to do that down here. And there's little Eva on the sofa. And there's Goldie. And look what they did to the sofa. They took the sheets off of half of it, knocked the blankets down. Looks like they had a good time. So both of these feeders opened, and they both had quite a bit of crunchies in each little section, so those have been eaten. One of the things that I did before I left was I finally found the Allen wrench to tighten these platforms on the cat tower. I actually had to tighten the top of them and also the bottom of them. So there's a screw in the middle of the top, and then there's another screw below like this pedestal area. The same thing on this one. I had to tighten the top and also the bottom. And so they're much more sturdy and stable right now. I just walked around down here and there is no vomit, and there's still some crunchies here in this feeder. I'm actually going to put it on pause because they don't need breakfast tomorrow. And one of the things that I did before I left is put out a third water bowl, because something that I've noticed is that when the cats eat dry cat food, they definitely drink a lot more water. And they usually drink a lot of water out of this stainless steel water bowl. And as you can see, like more than half of that is gone. There's still plenty of water in this one. And then they drink quite a bit of water out of this stainless steel bowl also. I like to give the cat several different options when it comes to water. One thing that I'm very happy about that I was concerned about is ants. I thought maybe I would come home and see some kind of food infested with ants, but that is not the case. There's no ants here. And there weren't any ants upstairs, or at least none that I noticed. It's 12:45 p.m. right now, and Boo is in the cat tower on the right. And Nancy has decided to jump into the cat tower on the left. So far, she's been behaving. I don't mind if she jumps there. That's why I moved the towers away from each other. Is she going to back down? Is she afraid of Boo? I think she's going to go. I think she's going to do it. No, she's going to back down because Boo's growling. So what's been going on today is Boo's been in this cat tower all morning. This is where he was pretty much the past 2 days while I was away. This is his old office, and I always refer to that cat tower as Boo's office because he likes to sit there and work and look out the windows while I sit here at the dining room table and get my work done. Stella is sitting on a dining room chair. That has been her favorite place for, I don't know, the past several weeks now. Simba was here on a dining room chair also earlier, but then he started growling too much at the other cats, and I was like, oh, you want to go in my room? So I picked him up, and I brought him into my room, and Splash is in my room. So I put the two in there, and I shut the door, and I was like, okay, you guys just relax in here. So the goal today was just to have like another family day for the cats, so everyone is all together, and things have been going smoothly. There's been some growling and hissing, but there's been no fights, so I think that's good. And if Boo hadn't woken up, Nancy would have gone into the other cat tower, and potentially they could have peacefully coexisted together there, but we'll see what happens the rest of the day. It's 3:40 p.m. There's Stella. She's helping me work. She's sitting in the chair next to me. Hey, Stella. There's Boo. He's taking a nap in the cat tower. Look at Richard. Look. He's in the bed on the day sofa in Boo's room. I've never seen any of the cats do this other than Boo. That was Boo's spot for so long. For some reason, Boo loved that spot for weeks. It was the only place he wanted to lay. There's Nancy in the cat tower. And there's Ziggy by the window. Everyone's taking a nice afternoon nap. And I just got up to stretch my legs because I'm doing all kinds of computer work. I have a very late meeting today at like 9 p.m., a 9 p.m. conference call. So it's going to be a long day. It is 2:10 p.m. And here's Ziggy and Nancy. They're so funny. Nancy's sitting here because I think she gets a good view of Boo from where she is right now. And I'm just about to go out and run some errands. So yesterday afternoon, it was pretty late in the afternoon, I went out for probably almost 2 hours, and I left all the cats together. And when I came back, everything was fine. So today, I'm going out for less time than that. I need to go to the post office and 1 or 2 other places. And then, hopefully I should be back within an hour. But it's raining, and it's raining pretty bad all day, so it depends on how much flooding is around and how much traffic there is. But going to leave all the cats together again. Hopefully they'll behave. Here's Boo, and he could see Nancy from here very easily. There's a few treats on the windowsill near him, and he can eat them if he wants to. Ziggy had some before in the kitchen. You okay, Boo? You all right, Boo? You okay? You okay? It is 7:23 p.m. and there's Simba. He's going to jump. You going to jump? I wanted to tell you what just happened because this was a first. Here's Stella. She's in the kitchen. I'm in the middle of cleaning up like all these boxes and some other things. But what happened today was the Lucky Seven just decided it was time for dinner and they went downstairs. All of them. I did not have to encourage any of them to go downstairs. They all went downstairs on their own. And now I'm going to give everyone dinner. So here's Stella. Here's Boo. And there's Simba with this cat grass. So the other day when I left for the weekend, the cat grass was really small. Then I came back like 36 hours later and the cat grass was huge. So I've been watering it a bit for the cats and they've been enjoying it. But I'm really happy that the Lucky Seven are just like, okay, yeah, it's time to eat. We're all going to go downstairs. So everyone is being trained really well. And today was another family day for the cats. Everyone was all together all day. The only time there was any kind of issue, of course, was while I was on the phone. I was on a business call, and then all of a sudden, I think it was Stella and Richard. I know it was Richard. Richard was chasing someone across the house, and there was all kind of growling noises going on, and I think it was Stella. It might have been Splash. It was either Splash or Stella. But there was no fight. There was just like a chase and some, angry cat sounds. But other than that, everyone got along all day. It is 10:30 p.m. And I've been cleaning the house. And Nancy's upstairs with the cats. And I was like, Nancy, you want to go downstairs? So I opened the door. She looked, but she didn't want to go downstairs. Well, then she decided that she is going to run out of the kitchen, down the hall, and into the living room here where Boo is. And she did the thing where she, runs up to him but stops short. And she, gives off a cat yell as she's doing that, like an angry cat sound. And then he just sat there and hissed at her and growled. And then I walked in and I was like, Nancy, what are you doing? And then she walked away and she's under my bed right now. She must amuse herself by doing something like that. I don't know what goes into her head. She's like, I'm just going to run full speed and ambush somebody and see what they do. Like, that's what she does. She doesn't want to fight. She just wants to ambush them. Right, Stella? The cats are having a snack. I opened a 3-ounce can of Reveal. I think it's tuna. And then I opened up a little jar of baby food. They haven't had that in a while. I think it's turkey. And then they each got like 4 little cat treats. I don't know why Simba's not eating his. He's in the cat tower. It's 2:15 p.m. and there's Boo. I've been working all morning and now I need to go out and run a few errands. And I'm going to leave the cats all together because it's going to cause too much of a disturbance to separate them. So Boo is on a cat tower. Stella is on a dining room chair because I've been sitting in the chair next to her doing work. There's Nancy relaxing in a cat tower. There's Ziggy near the window. Simba is on top of the armoire. There's Sammy. Hey, Sammy. Richard's by the window in Boo's room. And there's Splash on the day sofa. So hopefully everyone will get along. It's time for everyone to take their afternoon naps. So I'm hoping that nobody causes any trouble. It's 3:30. I just got back. There's Stella. She's still on the chair. There's Boo. He's still in the cat tower. If things look shaky, it's because I'm super zoomed in. Here's Nancy and Richard. Nancy's so cute. There's Ziggy. There's Simba. And there's Splash. So I'm glad everyone got along and everyone still looks very comfortable. This has been Splash's spot for the past several days. Cats are so funny how they go from like one favorite spot for a while to a new favorite spot for a while. I don't know why he loves this spot now, but it's been his favorite place recently. It's almost 5 p.m. and I've been outside for almost an hour working on getting the outside of the house ready to be power washed in 2 days. So the day after tomorrow, it's getting power washed. They're supposed to be here at like 9 a.m. So I need to make sure everything is moved away from the house. So that's why we're looking at this cat shelter. This cat shelter has been under the house for years, like 8 years. And that's where it has always been. It's always been in this little alcove underneath the house in this corner here. So I took it out and I'm probably gonna have to put it in the garage just to get it out of the way when they power wash the house. And then they're actually supposed to start painting it 2 days later. So hopefully the weather will remain good enough that they can do that. And I took everything out from under the house. There were little pieces of carpet under the house. There was another cat shelter on the other end. I took everything out, swept it, hosed it down the best I could. And yeah, so that's nice and cleared out. Then over here near this cat shelter, I put the statue of Hydrox and Ditto in the garage so it doesn't get messed up. I cleared everything out from this area. I cut down like whatever was growing, any kind of weeds. There's also a rose bush. I cut that down because I don't need the painters getting stuck with the thorns. And we had taken out all the rose bushes, I don't know, maybe like 2 years ago when the solar panels went in and they were relocated to another part of the yard, but I guess that one just wanted to keep growing. This here is catnip. So what I'd like to do tomorrow is harvest this catnip as well as some other catnip that's growing in some flower pots because it's looking absolutely beautiful right now. So what I'd like to do is just harvest it and then put it someplace where it can dry. And then the cats are going to have lots of fresh, dried catnip. Or I could even give it to some of the cats now as it is, like fresh. I know Stella really loves fresh catnip. The problem that I have is Simba can't have any catnip because we found out that when Simba has catnip, he vomits. So I have to try to keep catnip away from him. And maybe I'll just put him in my room while the other cats enjoy it. The thing is, like, if there's any leftover catnip, I don't want him getting into that and then getting sick from it. So anyway, that's what I'm hoping to do tomorrow. I'll be able to do that. I left this security camera here. I think it's far enough away from the house that it could stay here. I did leave the heated water bowl plugged in. It doesn't have to be plugged in because it's not getting down to freezing anymore, so maybe tomorrow I'll unplug it. But I do know that Bob loves drinking from this as well as some of the other cats at night, so I'm definitely going to keep a water bowl out here. And there is the other camera that I have pointed at the back of this cat shelter, and that's going to stay there for a while. That'll probably stay there until the morning that they come to power wash the house. I just watered all the plants in the greenhouse, and this is what's going on. So the geraniums are still alive. The leaves are starting to yellow a bit. I don't know if it's because it's been getting too hot in here now that the weather is warming up, or because it hasn't been getting enough water, so I made sure it got plenty of water today. This is my fig tree, which is just going crazy this year because of the heater. There's a little heater that I have on the floor, and this heater kicks on at night, and this is the first year that the Christmas lights are no longer working. Usually the Christmas lights work throughout the winter, and they provide like ambient heat in here. But this year I also had the heater because I only put up 2 strings of Christmas lights. And what happened was, I don't know, maybe a month or more ago, the Christmas lights stopped working. But the heater seems to be keeping the greenhouse warm enough that everything survived the winter and everything's doing well. And this heater only uses 200 watts. So it uses about the same amount of electricity as like 2 of those strings of Christmas lights. So I'm definitely going to continue using the heater and maybe even getting another one. I could easily have 2 of these heaters running in here, and that would keep everything toasty warm. Of course, it was also the first year that I have this shiny bubble wrap insulation on all of the walls that don't get any sunlight. So that probably helped keep things warmer than usual. And also there's insulation under the rug, and that helped to keep things warmer than usual. So I think everything worked out really well this winter. This is the Meyer lemon tree, and the leaves are starting to turn yellow again. I don't know if it's because of lack of water or what. It shouldn't be from too much heat because usually Meyer lemon trees, you know, they could withstand heat, but it is blooming like crazy. I've never seen like so many blooms on here, or like buds that are going to turn into blooms. Like, that's a first. I would really like to get some figs this year. I don't know if the different temperature in here is actually going to give me some figs, but this fig tree is bigger than it's ever been. And of course, this is my first year with a banana tree. I'm happy it survived. There are still some banana leaves sprouting from the top of it, so we'll see how that does. And here's the other fig tree, and this one is even starting to grow and sprout. And yeah, I mean, it's already bigger than it was last year, so we'll see what happens with that also. It is 10 p.m. and here's Boo. And the cats have not had their dinner yet because I have been working so late, right, Boo? I just stopped working. I mean, I could be still working right now. Like, I could probably pull an all-nighter. That's how much work I have to do. But I was like, okay, no, I have to take a break so the cats could eat their dinner. And I wanted to mention that today was the second day in a row that the Lucky Seven took themselves downstairs. So I was like, okay, who wants to eat dinner? And obviously it's late, so I think most of the Lucky Seven were downstairs anyway. There's Boo sitting on his box. Here's Stella. And Nancy was up here. And Richard was up here. And Nancy, I don't know if she's trying to play with Boo now or what, but she did that thing where she kind of jumps at Boo, and Boo didn't get very mad at her at all. He just like kind of, I don't know, gave her like half of a hiss, and that was really it. And she did it in more of like a playful manner than an attacking manner. And Richard was in Boo's room, and all he did was put the light on and be like, okay, Richard, we're gonna go eat. And then he just ran downstairs. And then Nancy, she was here with these three, like pretty much like right here. And then they were hissing at her a little bit, and she's like, okay, I'm going to take myself downstairs. She moved very slowly, but she took herself downstairs. So I don't want to jinx anything, but that's the second day in a row. And I'm at the point with Nancy that I have realized that even though she ambushes the cat, she's not going to attack them. She will make scary noises and rush up to them, but she's not going to attack them. Richard, on the other hand, he might potentially try to attack one of the other cats, because we saw him, jump out of nowhere and, attack Boo on the bed. And then yesterday he was chasing and trying to attack Stella or Splash, one of them. But I think it's a matter of time until that stops also. I mean, I'm just happy that like Nancy's making progress, and I feel like we've kind of figured her out at this point, that, she's just kind of trying to be scary, but it's getting to a point where the other cats are like, okay, stop, like just stop. So that's where we're at. The cats are having homemade raw food today. It's turkey, and I think I have enough raw food to get us through the next several days. I have to go see what's left in the freezer and figure that out. So right now the plan is the day after tomorrow, the house is supposed to be power washed. The day after that, nothing. And then the day after that is when the painting is supposed to start. And hopefully they'll be able to get the painting done in 3 days, because then it's supposed to rain. I think we have like 3 days of good weather from when they start, and then the weather is supposed to get rainy again. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that everything proceeds smoothly and they get everything done and everything looks good. So yeah, the next week is just going to be interesting. It's 2:15 p.m. and here's Boo. And I just got back from running some errands. Here's Nancy. There's Richard. And there's Ziggy. And everyone was left out together except for Splash and Simba. They're in my room, so I just shut the door when I left. But otherwise, everyone's been mingling. There's Sammy. Hey, Sammy. And if I didn't mention it on this video, we had an earthquake this morning at 10:23 a.m. And all the cats were freaked out. I was in the middle of giving them their breakfast, and they all ran and hid, and I was like, what is going on? It like literally sounded like a train was going through my backyard. So I went outside to see like what was making like all that noise. I thought it was some kind of heavy machinery outside, like some kind of construction accident or something, because earlier in the morning there were some work trucks down the road doing construction, and they were making a lot of noise. So I thought it was something related to that. But when I went outside and I didn't see anything, I was like, oh my gosh, that must be an earthquake. So the last time we had an earthquake in New Jersey, I remember I was in my office at the time, and I was sitting at my desk, and it was just like a slight tremor. I just remember feeling just like a little bit of a tremor. And prior to that, I remember being in California during an earthquake. I was in LA at the time. I wasn't living there. I was just visiting on a business trip. And I remember being in the car and the radio was on, and they're like, yeah, we just had an earthquake. And I remember not feeling anything. So this time, I mean, I felt it. I heard it. The entire house was shaking. It was crazy. And it went on for a good 20 seconds. It wasn't like, you know, a few seconds. It went on for quite a while. So that's what happened this morning. Then after things calmed down, I took an inventory of the cat supplies that I have in the house. And I was like, you know what? I better go get some cat litter because we're only down to 2 bags of litter. And I'm going to pick up some dry cat food and some canned cat food because today's fish day. And the cats had some canned tuna for humans for breakfast. And I made it a complete meal by adding organ meats and powdered bone and stuff like that. But I didn't have any canned food for their dinner, so I wanted to get that also. So let me show you what I got. I got this bag of Stella and Chewy's frozen raw food. These are Chewy's chicken dinner patties. The cats have had these before. I believe most of the cats like these, if not all the cats like these. I should be able to get 2 meals out of this bag. It is a 3-pound bag. I go through about 1.5 pounds of meat per meal. So this will help make breakfast easier for this coming week because all I need to do is defrost these for breakfast and they're good to go. And I got 2 bags of dry cat food from Petco, and I had $30 in rewards in my Petco account, so I applied that $30 to these bags. Now, on the Petco website, they have a deal where if you order online and pick up your items in the store, they give you 10% off. So that's what I did, but I did not get 10% off. And the reason why is because, of course, this food is excluded from that promotion. So I was a little bit disappointed in that, but that's fine because I still got a good deal on it with my rewards money. So on the left is the Origin Original Cat dry cat food made with free-run chicken and turkey and wild-caught fish. 90% animal ingredients for a whole prey diet. It's a 12-pound bag. Then on the right is the Origin Guardian 8 made with free-run chicken, wild-caught salmon, and rabbit. And that one is also 90% animal ingredients, and that is a 10-pound bag. So it's a little bit less food in that bag than the one on the left. And as far as the Origin dry cat foods go, I believe these are the only 2 flavors that I buy for the cats because the other flavors do have vegetable oils in them, and I try to avoid all vegetable oils or seed oils in any of the food that I buy for the cats. So right now I'm down to 1 bag of this food in my storage room downstairs. So I got 2 other bags just to have. I like having extra cat food just in case something comes up. If there's some kind of emergency and I can't get to a store, or if there's some kind of supply chain issue, or if there's an issue with the stores where they're not open for whatever reason, at least we have some dry cat food. And when you're feeding 11 cats, you always have to make sure you have plenty of supplies. And right here, stacked by the door, I have 6 bags of Dr. Elsie's Ultra Cat Litter. These are 18-pound bags, and these will probably last about 2 weeks for the cats. And I'm going to put these downstairs where I keep all of the extra cat litter that I have. Look at what's going on here. So this was their breakfast, and most of it is not eaten because the cats were so freaked out this morning. They didn't go back and eat the rest of their breakfast. And then I got a case of Sheba Perfect Portions Seafood Variety Pack. These are pate and natural juices. And this is what the cats are going to have for dinner tonight because it's fish day. This bag was on clearance. I don't know if the cats have ever tried this before, but they're going to try it now. It is Nulo freeze-dried raw. It says chicken and salmon recipe, no grains added, and I read the ingredients. They look okay, and I thought this would be a nice snack for the cats. Maybe they'd like this as a treat, so that's why I got this. And I also picked up this bag of Instinct Raw Meals, cage-free chicken recipe. These are freeze-dried bites. And these are what I use in the automatic feeders. I put dry food in the automatic feeders and some of these freeze-dried bites. And that's why I bought the dry food. They do have the dry food as a snack a few times a week, but they also have that in the automatic feeders if I'm away for an overnight trip. So that's why they also have this. And I noticed last time when I was filling up the feeders, I was running low, so I bought another bag of this. And then I also picked up 12 cans of Friskies. I have 6 cans of the turkey and giblets dinner and 6 cans of the salmon dinner. Because I'm feeding 11 cats, 6 cans is 1 meal for 11 cats if they each get like half a can of food. And I give them Friskies for special occasions or an occasional treat. And that's why I got these. I like to have them as backups also. And when it comes to Friskies, the only kind that I buy is the pate because it is lowest in carbs. And it is actually one of the lower carb cat foods on the market because there are no potatoes in it. It's not loaded with grains. There is some rice in it, but it's really just like borderline between a low carb food and a higher carb food. It's actually lower carb than many of the other more quality brands of canned cat food, if that makes any sense. Do I like the fact that this food has unnamed meat byproducts in it? No, not at all. But I do realize that cats are obligate carnivores, and if they're living in the wild, they are eating all kinds of animal byproducts. So it's definitely like a compromise and a trade-off, but I think for like an occasional meal, it's not too bad. There's plenty of worse things that they could be eating. It's 3 p.m. I just harvested a bunch of the fresh catnip that's been growing in the yard. Stella, you want to smell the catnip? Nancy was smelling it before, but I just found the camera. Want some? Usually this is what Stella gets for Mother's Day. She gets a nice bouquet of catnip. You gonna taste some or no? Because if you don't eat it, I'm gonna hang it up to dry. Want me to dry it out? There's still plenty of it outside in the yard. It's growing in a few different locations right now. I harvested this from near the house. You done? Want some? You want me to squish some? I just rubbed a few of those leaves. The cats like it when you rub the leaves. It kind of activates the aroma of the catnip. It smells really good. It has a minty aroma because, you know, catnip is part of the mint family. One more? Here. Want this one? Want this one? Here's Ziggy. So I went outside and I moved some more stuff away from the house. Actually, I moved it away from the garage. And I unscrewed some of the things that were screwed onto the house and the garage in various locations. And some of the stuff I left on, I'm just going to say paint it the same color as the house. You done? Here, you want this one? Here, leave it that way. Ziggy, you want some? Want some? Okay, nip. Let me squish it. Alright, I just squished some of the leaves. She's like, give it to me. I know the lighting is bad right now. Yeah, you want to play with that? You want that one? You want yours? You want me to hold it? Here, Nancy. Hey, Richard. Okay, I just gave them each a branch. Look at Stella. Stella's like, these are all mine. These are all mine. You can't have any. I think Richard wants some. Here you go, Richard. Here. I just gave Richard a branch. Nancy's eating hers. Oh, there goes Ziggy. Richard's like, what is this? Stella's growling. Stella, you got all the catnips here. Here, look, you got it too. You could have yours. You got all of it. We all know that Stella gets very possessive over catnip. You want it? Here. You got a ton of it, Stella. You got so much. You could share it. You could share it. She's gonna lay on it. It smells so aromatic. Look at these guys. Uh-oh. Nancy almost knocked the water bowl over. Sammy's by the back door. I wonder if she wants some. I just threw a branch to Sammy, and then Ziggy tackled it. There's Nancy's branch, and Nancy's on Ziggy's branch, and Ziggy's on Sammy's branch. And here's Stella. I told you she's going to lay on all the catnip. Because that's how she is. She says, this is all mine. And there's Richard. He's slobbering all over this catnip. I think Nancy has 2 of the branches. There goes Sammy. Well, it's good to know the cats are enjoying the catnip this way because it makes it really easy to give them catnip. All I have to do is clip some branches outside and then they're good. Last year the catnip grew so well, pretty much all through the summer. I mean, at one point it got like really big and kind of, I guess you could say it kind of bolted or it overgrew, but other than that, the rest of the year it was really good. Look at Stella laying on all the catnip. I'll let the cats enjoy it, and that looks like little Eva just came upstairs. But later when I let Simba out of my bedroom, then I'm going to put all the catnip away. Yeah, that's little Eva. Sammy has her nose up Eva's butt. We're only missing Ringo and Goldie. I think they're both downstairs. Oh, there's Goldie. This is Stella's view of the cats. Can you see what Richard is doing to the floor? It is all soaking wet around him. So he's licking the catnip and then he's rubbing it all over the floor. Oh, Ringo just came up. Look at Stella. She's watching the Lucky 7. She's like, no one's getting any more of my catnip. It is mail time for the cats. Let's see what the cats got. The cats got a postcard. Isn't that cute with the mommy cat and her kitten? This says, hi, Miss LF and all of your furry friends. Spring is in the air. I'm looking forward to seeing your lovely garden, flowers, etc. Bye for now from the heart, Craig. Thank you so much, Craig, for this lovely postcard. It was very nice of you to think of us and send it to us. It is absolutely adorable. And here we have another card. And this says Happy Valentine's Day. And look at the cat. It looks like a mini Stella or a mini Nancy. Oh, thank you very much. And look at all of the cats. It says someone like you deserves a truly adorable day. Hi, Boo, Splash, Simba, Sammy, Stella, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, and Eva. I love watching your show on YouTube. The cats are so cute. I'm a regular viewer. I want to wish you and all the cats a happy Valentine's Day. From Mandy. Thank you so much, Mandy. And thank you so much for this adorable card. It says, hope your feline loved. Pounce on all the fun today. A litter hi from me. I love Mew. Got you this Just Be Claws. Sending you warm fuzzies. So furry happy you're in my life. And hope your day is perfect. Thank you so much. This is adorable. We hope you had a very happy Valentine's Day, and we hope you are enjoying spring and some nice warmer weather. Thank you also for your donation. That will be put towards some cat treats for the cats. And here we have another card, and it has some Easter eggs on the back of it, along with some daffodils. And this says Happy Easter. That's really cute with all the little eggs. Thank you very much. This says, hope your day is extra fun from Nicole LaRue and Zoe in her little bed. Look at her in her little bed. Look how cute that is. It's like a princess bed. This says, I love you all, Ms. LF, big cats and little cats. I am happy when I watch your videos. Hope there is no ending. My writing is not come back, but later it could return. Your writing looks great to me, so I hope you're doing better. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you had a very happy Easter. Thank you so much for your very generous donation. And I'm happy that you've been enjoying the videos. And we are going to keep continuing to post videos. I'd like to post more videos than I'm currently posting, but I need to make more time in my schedule. Hopefully, within the next few months, I will be done with that horrible community service situation I somehow ended up in. And once that's gone, then I'll have a lot more time for videos and stuff. But thank you so much, Nicole. We hope you and Zoe are doing well. And here we have a package. Let's see what's in here. Look, guys, check this out. Isn't this cool? It is a cat. Look, it's a tuxedo cat. I'm trying to figure it out as I'm talking about this, but I figured it out. Look, it's a tuxedo cat, but it's a back scratcher. Do you see the back scratcher? So its claws are a back scratcher. How cute is that? And it looks like a little Sammy. It reminds me so much of Sammy. She's not much bigger than this. Ziggy, look. Look, Ziggy, look. What is that? It looks like Sammy, right? This is really, really cute. You could actually like put this on top of like the back of a sofa. No one would even know it's a back scratcher. That's adorable. And look what I have. I have catnip seeds. This is awesome. So I could plant some more catnip. Maybe I could plant these in my greenhouse and maybe they'll grow really good in there. And look at this. It's a roll of cat stickers. Look at the cats. There's a white cat, tuxedo cat, Siamese cat, calico cat, orange cat. This is so cute. Thank you so much. I'm always putting cat stickers on anything I mail out. Yeah, right, Ziggy? Ziggy says I never mail her anything. Ziggy, I don't have to mail you anything because you live here. Here's Nancy. Let's open the card, Ziggy. Ziggy wants pets. You want to open the card? I just want to rub on it. Oh, Richard showed up too. Stella's watching from a cat tower. The cats had another family day today. They were all together all day. Except for Splash and Simba. They're in my room. This says, with love from your pets. Oh, isn't that nice, Ziggy? Ziggy said she's one of the pets. Isn't that cute? And this says, to the Lucky Ferals mom, I'm so happy to have a human like you to wish a happy Easter to. I'm sorry if the color is a little bit weird on this video. Your pets love you and your viewers appreciate you. Thank you for all you do. Ziggy says thank you very much. Sending a prayer that God will bless you and keep you in his loving care. Oh, that's so nice. Ziggy says that's so nice. This is from Kathy. Thank you very much, Kathy. Hello, Ziggy. You okay, Ziggy? Thank you very much for these lovely gifts. The back scratcher is so cute. Ziggy's rubbing up on the camera. Okay, Ziggy. Ziggy says thank you. Move your butt, Ziggy. Ziggy, move your butt. The back scratcher is so cute. And of course, I'm going to plant the catnip seeds and I'm going to use the stickers. We hope you are doing well. We hope you had a very happy Easter. And we hope you are enjoying some beautiful spring weather. Right, Ziggy? Okay. All right, Ziggy. Okay, Ziggy, you were a good help to me, okay? Ziggy, I have one more box to open, okay? One more box, Ziggy. One more. You're laying where I open it. Oh, I wonder if she just had some catnip. I put the catnip downstairs. All right, Ziggy, one more. Okay, we have one more box. There's one more box. You helping me, Ziggy? Stella's watching from the cat tower. Okay, here we go. Here we go, Ziggy. Here we go, Ziggy. This says, hi LF family, I came across these while shopping at a local independent pet supply store. Hope they fit. From Sandra and Buddy. Oh, thank you very much, Sandra and Buddy. What are they, Ziggy? What do we got? Oh, how does it come out? Okay. Ooh. What do we have? Oh, check this out. We have a turbo ball pack. That is really cool. Yeah, I hope these fit too. These should fit on one of the turbo scratchers because they're two different sizes. And here's another one. Thank you so much for thinking of the cats and for sending us these turbo ball packs. It says add to your turbo scratcher. Okay, Ziggy, Sammy's gonna love those. Thank you very much, Sandra and Buddy, for these toys for the cats. Hopefully they're not going to lose these as quickly as I can put them in.